Hello and welcome to pmclounge.com. This is Lounge Fever, a series of videos where we try to answer questions that we receive from you. Now, this question comes in from Procurement Management Knowledge area, and if you're looking for more such videos where we have answered your questions around procurement management, you can check out the first link in the description below. Also, if you're looking for videos that explain the concepts of procurement management knowledge area, then you can check out the playlist which is linked in the second link in the description below. The first link is also a playlist, but that is just the FAQs around procurement management knowledge area. Now, if you have been following us for some time, you already know that we do not go over every single input, tool and technique and output of a process because that is not what PMP is supposed to test you on. PMP is not a test of your memory. PMP is a test of your understanding of project management concepts. That is why when we explain a process, we don't go over all the inputs, tools and techniques and outputs of that process. Rather, we explain the process and then related concepts of the process. Anything new that you haven't already seen in the previous processes is what we try to cover. The idea here is that you should be able to look at a process and figure out which knowledge area and process group it falls in and what could be the possible inputs, outputs, and tools and techniques of that process. Now, when you see an organizational process assets or OPAs as an input in a procurement management process, you might wonder what could OPAs be used for in procurement. Thus, this question. I will also tell you a nifty little concept that might end up in your PMP exam, so stay tuned till the end of this video. So quickly, what is an OPA? OPA is not a single document. That's first thing that you need to understand. We have already discussed OPAs and I'll share a link, the third link in the description, to a dedicated video on OPA. But I'm quickly reminding you here that organizational process asset is not a single document. What it actually is all the formal as well as informal plans, policies, processes, and guidelines of an organization that helps in managing a project. So whatever that you need to manage a project, be it plans, be it policies, be it processes and guidelines, all of that is basically a part of organizational process asset. So how can it be used for procurement? How can you use these for procurement? That's where the nifty little concept that I talked about in the previous slide, that's where it comes in. So let's look at that in the next slide. So you can actually find a seller with your organizational process asset. So organizations, they will typically have a list of sellers who they consider qualified to work on their projects based on their past project performance. So the organizations, they have a list of sellers and this list is what I was talking about. It is known as a qualified seller list and this is the concept that I was talking about. So this document, the list of sellers, is known as qualified seller list, which is an important term that you should remember. So whenever an organization contracts out some of it, the work of one of its project, and the contractor does a great job, that contractor is likely to end up in the qualified seller list. So the organization knows some of the best contractors out there that can be contacted if required for certain kind of project work. So that's why ending up in a company's qualified seller list is every seller's dream. So this qualified seller list is actually an OPA. This is an organizational process asset. So whenever you see OPA as an input in one of the procurement management processes, this is actually the reason. So that's all that I had in this quick video. I hope you got value out of it. Smash that like button if you did. It helps us stay motivated and create more free content for you. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to stay notified whenever we upload new content. Also, don't forget to check out the website pmclounge.com, your number one free PMP resource.